My parents sort of kept up a pretense of what an adventure you're going on, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Anne Kirk was just 10 years old when her parents put her on a train to take her from Germany to England.
And just as the final goodbye, they hugged me and they said, "Look out of the next station but one." I did, and there were my parents on the platform, waving as if their arms would drop off. And that was the first I ever saw my parents.
Anne's story is like so many others. She is a Kinder, one of 10,000 mainly Jewish children sent away horror on the eve of World War II and start a new life without their families.
Suddenly you were going to be taken away from everything you knew. And I just sat in my little corner, worrying about what was going to happen.
75 years later, the children of the train, now elderly, unite in London to commemorate Kindertransport, the journeys that saved their lives.
We haven't
No,
seen each other
we never met in any of these previous
since
reunions.
1942.
Some of those here are meeting for the first time. What unites them is tremendous gratitude for their fortune and a bond that for some has endured a lifetime.
That is the two of us on our. Pretty, wasn't she?
Anne and Bob arrived in England 3 weeks. They met years later at a refugee centre in London.
Took him 3 weeks to pluck up courage. 3 weeks later we were unofficially, and that was it.
3 years later, and Bob and Anne joined their fellow Kinders to give thanks for the sacrifices made by others to give them a future.
Some of those we've spoken to have said they struggled with the fact that this was called a reunion. Most children travelled here alone, with no one to talk to and no idea what the future held. And yet what they would agree is that today brings together a network, a group of people with a very powerful shared experience, and they can be here today.
We share something. All our stories are slightly different, but there's an underlying commonality. And we are the survivors.
Rosie Thompson.